Hello guys, it's Donna from Flavors with a Twist. And how are my flavor twisters doing today? I hope that you're doing well. What we're going to do today, flavor twisters, we are going to make a delicious chuck roast. Now, on my channel, I do have a chuck roast that was pretty popular. But the thing is, guys, a lot of people were asking me, could you do that same chuck roast in a crock pot? And yes, you can. So today I'm going to show you exactly how. It's the same exact recipe, just a little different variations. And we're going to put this in a crock pot and it is going to be so delicious. So let me show you all the delicious ingredients that we're going to use. In front of you guys, as you can see down here, I have a 4-pound chuck roast. And I washed it and everything and rinsed it off real well. And I patted it dry on both sides with some paper towels. Over here, I have 2 cups of flour. I have some butter, some baby Bella mushrooms in here. And these are the celery sticks. And I'm going to use about 3 or 4 of these. I have some baby potatoes, baby gold potatoes, petite golds. I have some baby carrots, and these are the thick cut ones. These are not the real thin ones. Over here, I have 4 cups of water, and I took a tablespoon and 2 teaspoons of this Better Than Bouillon beef base, and I put it in there. Okay, and I mixed it together, and that gave me my beef broth. I have some garlic powder, onion powder, seasoning, salt, paprika, black pepper. And over here I have the recipe secrets, Lipton beefy onion soup mix, and it came with 2 packs, and I'm going to use 1 pack. What I did in this dish, guys, I took a teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of seasoning salt, teaspoon of paprika, and a teaspoon of black pepper. And I mixed it all together in here, and we're going to put that over the roast. Then we're going to dredge it in some flour and sear it off. And to sear it off, I'm going to use some olive oil and a half a stick of that butter. And also over here, guys, I have a medium red onion sliced pretty thin. I almost forgot it. That's a major part of my chuck roast. Y'all know how I love my red onions. So these will be added with the rest of the vegetables. First of all, what we're going to do is season our roast. Okay, guys, I'm back. Now let's season our roast. Okay. And you want to put the seasoning all over. And I like to mix all my seasonings together, and then that way it won't be too much salt on one part, too much pepper on another, and it's all blended evenly. Okay, that should do it there. And you want to rub it all in that roast. Yum. Okay. Oh, it smells so good. You can smell that onion and garlic powder. Yummy. Okay. Now flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay. Alrighty. Season this baby up. Okay. And rub it in. Do the same thing on this side. Now, what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to dredge this in those 2 cups of flour that I have in this bowl before we sear it off. Yum, it's going to be so good. Okay. Now, let me move this to the side. This is a pretty big roast here. And we're going to season it off. Put the flour on it. Just move it around. That's why I have gloves on it. That makes it less messy. Okay, and then I'm going to just sit it on this board. That way I won't throw flour everywhere. Okay. Yeah. You see this, guys. And just dredge it in the flour all over. Okay. Okay, guys. So what we're going to do now, we're going over to the stove and we are going to sear this baby off. Okay, that looks good. Okay. See you in a minute. Okay, guys, I'm over at the stove. Now, what I'm going to do is take the butter, and I'm going to put a half a stick of that butter in there. Okay. I'll just cut it in a few pieces. There we go. And what we're going to do also is add some olive oil to this. Okay. Now, and you see the roast here, and I have my crock pot over there, guys, and I have that heating, preheating. That way, once I put everything in it, it won't take long for it to come to a boil. So that's about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And what we're going to do is sear the meat off in this once it gets hot. And usually I do this in a cast iron skillet, but my skillet is not as big as this one. But this is one of those Ninja Forever skillets, so it'll sear it pretty good. Okay. Yum, this is going to be so good, guys. There we go. So, now, let's get this roasting here. Shake off the excess and just put it in. And you see, this is a big roast. Okay. It'll get hot and then we'll be able to sear it. And what I'll do, I'll let it sear for about, let me turn this up a little, on medium high. And I'll sear this for like about 5 to 6 minutes on each side. Okay, I can hear it starting to sizzle a little. So, here we go. So it is sizzling now, guys. So we'll let it go for about 5 to 6 minutes on this side, and then we'll flip it over. Okay, guys, it has been 5 minutes. Now I'm going to flip this baby over. Going to try to anyway. This is a pretty big roast. There we go. Look at that. Yum. Isn't it beautiful, guys? You can see the nice brownness on it. Look at that. Yum. So I'm going to let this go 5 minutes on this side, and then we're going to transfer it into the crock pot. Okay, guys, it has been 5 minutes on the other side, so what I'm going to do now is transfer it into the crock pot. Okay, guys, now as you can see, I have the roast in the crock pot, and I mean, it's huge. It took up a lot of room in that crock pot, but this is going to be delicious. Now, what you want to do is open that pack of Lipton beefy onion, and pour it all over the roast. Yum, just like that. And then take that beef broth with the better than bouillon beef base in it, and pour that over the roast also. Yummy. Now, guys, I have this on high setting, and I had preheated it. So what I'm going to do is put the lid on this, and I'm going to let this go for 2 hours exactly, and then we'll check it, and we're going to add our vegetables. Now, while this is cooking, the mushrooms you don't have to slice. They're already sliced. And the baby carrots. So I'm going to rinse the mushrooms off and rinse my carrots off. I don't have to do anything with those. And also the potatoes. I'm going to rinse them off. Now, see some of the bigger ones like that? I'll cut those in half, but the little teeny ones that's not that big, I'll just leave them whole. And I'm gonna wrench these off and cut those. And also the celery, I'm going to cut like 3 stalks of this celery up in like bite-sized pieces. And I'm gonna put that in. So get your vegetables together, guys, while you're waiting this 2 hours for everything to you know, soak in with the roast. So I'm gonna just leave the lid on that. I'm not gonna open it for 2 hours, and then we'll add our vegetables. See you then. Okay, guys, I am back, and it has been 2 hours. So let's see what we have here. Yum. Look at that, guys, and you can see that it's bubbling there. So what I have in this cup, I have a half a cup of water and 2 tablespoons of flour, and I'm going to mix this in. I made a slurry, okay, and we're going to mix this in. Okay. Yum. Look at this roast. You see how big it is? Wow. It is really huge. And we want to mix that in, make sure it's mixed in. Okay. Now what we want to do, guys, those red onions, I'm going to put those in. Yeah. Love my red onions. Okay. And also, I'm going to put in the celery before I forget it. In my other video for my pot roast, I didn't show y'all when I put the celery in, and I remembered it after I covered it and put it in the stove, but I did add it. I say, let's not make that mistake again. Okay, yummy, yummy, yummy. So we got the onions in, we got the celery. Now we're going to add our carrots. Yummy. Like I said, I wrenched all of this stuff off while I was waiting on my 2 hours to be up, and also the mushrooms. It's a lot of goodies in here, guys. A lot of goodies. And what we're going to do is let this cook for about another 3 hours, and it should be ready. Okay. It's one of these set it and forget it meals. But only thing that I did different in the crock pot, guys, I added, instead of 3 cups of water with the a tablespoon of better than bouillon and the teaspoon of better than bouillon, I added 4 cups of water and a tablespoon of better than bouillon and 2 teaspoons of better than bouillon, the beef base. So that's the only variation that I had did. And also on the slurry, I added 2 tablespoons of flour and a half a cup of water. When in the other roast, I added 1/4 cup of water and 1 tablespoon of flour. So it was just a little bit different because this is in the crock pot, and then the roast seems to be a little bit bigger than the one I had before. So what I'm gonna do now, guys, I'm gonna just put a little bit more pepper over that. Okay. I don't think it needs much salt because you got that Lipton onion soup, and plus the better than bouillon. It has a nice amount of salt in it. So I don't want to make it too salty. But what I will do is taste it, you know, when it's almost done to see. Okay, guys, this is going to go for 3 hours. And our roast should be ready. Okay, I'll see you in 3 more hours, and that would be a total cooking time of 5 hours. See you then. Hi guys, I'm back. Now our roast is done, and I turned the crock pot off, and it's still bubbling, as you can see. Now, I left this in the crock pot for exactly 5 hours after we added the vegetables. So that was a total cooking time of 7 hours. First the 2 hours with the meat and the broth. Then I added the vegetables and it cooked 5 hours after that. Because this roast was so thick that it wasn't to the desired doneness that I wanted it. So let's see how the gravy is. That looks good, guys. And look how big this roast is, and it's breaking up. So, what I'm going to do is plate this up. Oh, look at that, guys. Looks good. Now, what you can do, I did, an hour ago, skim some of the fat off from the roast. And it wasn't that much, but I just took a spoon, and you just take it and do it like that. And if it's fat, it'll just roll up on there and you just toss it. I had a cup sitting beside it, and I skimmed the fat off. Now, this here gravy looks great to me. If you want it thicker, you can make another slurry and put it in there to make the gravy a little bit thicker. But this is the desired thickness that I wanted. So what I'm going to do, guys, is plate this up, and I'll show you how it looks and tell you how it tastes. Be right back. Well, hi guys, I am back. And look at our delicious pot roast. And what I did, I took it out of the crock pot and I put it in this dish and I broke it up a little bit. That way it could be a nice serving size pieces. So let me get a piece so we can taste it. That's too big for me. I just want a smaller piece. And you can see how it's just breaking up. Look at that. Yum. Come on. Now that's not big enough. Okay. I broke these up in pretty big size pieces because my sons are coming over and they eat a lot. So, now I want you to see the potatoes and the carrots and make sure that they're done. And you see the gravy, guys. Look at that. So, let me move this to the side. And I want you to see how this is. Here go the carrot. Look at that. Nice. And it just melts in your mouth. And here's one of the potatoes. I love these little baby potatoes because they cook up so creamy. Look at that. And that gravy is delicious. You're going to really like this, guys. But one good thing about this, even though it took longer than my oven version, I didn't have to keep watching it. I mean, just put it in, basically set it and forget it. Look at that meat. Look at that. Guys, it just melts in your mouth. You can see how it's breaking up. I got a big piece here, though. Look at that. It's tender. No doubt about it. So, for this recipe and more, guys, go to flavorswithatwist.com. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified of all the recipes that I upload. And this is Flavors with a Twist, my delicious chuck roast. And this is the crock pot version. So, I hope you enjoy this recipe, guys. This is Donna from Flavors with a Twist. Bye.